Hello everybody and welcome to this bonus episode of the Figure Fourcast where we predict Backlash. It's only a couple of nights away now for us as we record. It's kind of creeped up on me a little, but we're here. We've got 7 big matches for different reasons. Maybe some people are big in it, maybe the match is big itself, who knows. Anyway, we're here and we're going to predict it. Let's jump right in. First match of the night, perhaps not the first match of the night, but first match we're going to be predicting tonight is the Bloodline up against Matt Riddle, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, I think there's so much that could happen in this match, at the end of this match, and it could go either way. I think it's more likely to go one way for me, and that is Bloodline losing. So Riddle, Owens and Zayn winning. I think it's more interesting coming off the back of that result. You've obviously got your tag team champions on one team, and they've just beaten quite a big part of the Bloodline that are going to be involved in this match. So for me, Riddle, Owens and Zayn go over. What about you, Damo?
I'm going to go with the same. I think to carry on the story on the Bloodline side, you need one of the Usos, probably Jay, to take the pinfall. As we're going for the same, do you want to make it more interesting, pick who's going to take the pinfall? Or are we both going to go with Jay on it as well?
I'll go Jimmy just to spice things up. It
could work with them with like Solo picking up the win, but I feel like the story is going to continue better with that.
Yeah.
I'll go first for the next one. I am surprisingly going to pick Brock Lesnar.
Okay. This is obviously Cody Rhodes against Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
we're talking about.
Apologies, I forgot to read the name of the match out.
That's alright.
Obviously, in the last episode of the podcast, we spoke about our thoughts about the build of this match and its similarities to the John Cena storyline from, well, after the Once in a Lifetime match.
2012, I believe.
And Brock lost that version of the match, but I think he's going to win here. And with the whole WWE wanting to do this downtrodden, beaten down Cody Rhodes, I think they're going to continue it here. So I'm going to go Brock.
I've got to go Cody. Because I think if he loses again, it might break me. As simple as that. Next match.
I'll be sure to record your face at the end of that match.
God, if it's even half the reaction that I had after the WrestleMania main event, it'll be interesting. Next match we've got SmackDown Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley, Zelina Vega. Who you got?
It's got to be Rhea.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't see any sense in having her drop the title a month into winning. Agreed. It's got to be Rhea.
Agreed. Now we move on to a match with very little build, but a very big man in it. Seth freaking Rollins up against Omos. I think you're going to go Seth. I love Omos. It's hard to predict this match because, like I say, it's had such little build. But I'm going to go with Omos just to spice things up a little bit. And also I think you could do some really cool things off the back of that.
I didn't realise I was joined by an Homo sapien. Yeah, I'm going Seth. I did talk about it on our discussion that you could have Seth lose to go on to bigger things, lose up. I think
lose upwards.
Lose upwards.
Yeah, trademark that.
But I think Seth winning is the better decision and making him look strong if he's going to go on to win that title or at least compete in that tournament. I've got to go with Seth.
Okay. Another title match that we've got on this card is the United States Championship match. We've obviously got the champion Austin Theory up against Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed. I said on the previous preview podcast that I think Lashley is nailed on for this. That's what my gut says. I kind of have a feeling that Austin Theory is going to retain though. I'll let you pick first and I'll go for the opposite one.
Ooh, putting all the pressure on me here. whenever I can't make a decision, I tend to go with the one I would prefer to see. Not always the best way to predict with your heart instead of your head, but I think I prefer Bobby Lashley to win. I think he deserves something after the debacle of his WrestleMania this year. So, as he can't compete in the world title, actually, can he compete in it? Didn't they say there were going to be Raw and SmackDown Superstars in the tournament?
Surely not. But they've said the title's Raw exclusive.
Yeah, you could just switch the winner back. Anyway, let's get off topic. I'm going to go with Bobby here. He deserves a win. And
okay. I'll go for Bronson Reed then. I'm going for Austin Theory. Watch Bronson Reed win now. I bet he bloody does. Big fuck. Anyway, Raw Women's title match. We've got Bianca Belair up against Io Sky. Do you want me to predict first on this one?
Yeah.
Bianca Belair to retain. As much as I'd love to see Io Sky win,
I am going with Io Sky.
Okay. I hope you're right, actually.
I mentioned my vision on the discussion podcast, so Io Sky to win and potentially for Bayley to snap and turn on her. If that happens, I've got like some third eye for WWE booking there. Like, I can see things coming a mile out.
Third eye to match your third nipple. Now, let's talk about the presumably the main event of the night. Damian Priest up against hometown hero, the biggest star in the world, Bad Bunny. Surely it's got to be Bad Bunny winning here.
I can always just see certain things, and whether they will be the right decision to make for WWE or not, I can always just see. And Judgment Day are meant to be heels.
Yeah.
And Dominic is getting a crazy amount of boos. Rhea's getting cheers because she's Rhea and everyone just loves her. What more would take that heel team to the extra kind of step of heat than having Damian Priest win over Bad Bunny?
Yeah.
Now, the only thing I'm a little worried about with that prediction is that would be 2 pay-per-views in a row where the fans have been sent home disappointed, and it's probably best not to do that.
Yeah.
But I can't be focused on what's already happened. I'm going to go with what could happen here. I'm going to go Damian Priest.
Well, I mean, WWE does have history of hometown heroes losing, so look, it could happen. I've got to go Bad Bunny, for obvious reasons. So I think we've got a fair few differences there, haven't we? Do you want to tot them up quickly and sort of see how many differences we've got?
We have, technically, because we added a little extra stipulation to our first match, we have 6 differences here.
6 differences in a 7-match card.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. I think that's probably the most differences we've ever had.
On the podcast, certainly.
Yeah.
I think we've had more on some of the old WrestleMania shows when we did it back in the day, but
in what looks like a fairly predictable card, just looking at it without delving into it, I think that's quite good for us. So it's going to be interesting. See what happens. See who's closer to getting that spray tan at the end of the year.
Yeah, I think at the moment I'm in the lead. I'll jot up the points from WrestleMania. It's been on my to-do list for a while, and we'll get that posted out on our socials, as well as a image version of these predictions, so that you can follow along when you're watching and see who is winning and who is moving ever so closer to being bronze.
Yes, I have a bad feeling it's going to have been me. But anyway, that's our predictions for Backlash. Let us know what you think on the socials. Damien will have them in a minute. Thank you ever so much for listening, and see you next time.
That freeze at the end? No? I'll do them live. You can send us tweets about who you think are going to win these matches over on Twitter at Figure4UK. Drop us a message on Facebook by searching the Figure Forecast. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, there should be a question and answer option below here where you can send us a message directly through the app. We look forward to hearing from you.
There we go, job done.